Today on the channel, we renew our vows live on YouTube with Spider-Man and Spinneret unboxing and review.
The spirit of the warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Marvel Legends unboxing and review. And today, we've got Spinneret and Spider-Man from the Renew Your Vows 2-pack. But remember, for all your Marvel Legends needs and a whole lot more to be hitting up Entertainment Earth, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. And remember, anything over $39 ships free. And of course, that discount is for in-stock merchandise only, so you got to remember that. But I did not pick this up actually at Entertainment Earth. I did grab this at Target this week. This was on my top of my hunt list, and of course, if you saw my figure hunt video, you saw me accomplish that goal, and then I could have accomplished it about 20 more times, as these seem to be hitting very hard right now at your Target stores. Oh, a little heart attack there because it is $53.99. Hefty price point. And of course, plastic-free packaging. Once again, it is the new norm. I definitely checked the tape on these. That's my recommendation to all you guys out there. I could tell these were all brand new, fresh out of the case, but make sure you're checking your tape. I don't have a lot of fig swapping in my area. I've seen it maybe once in my life, so that tells you how often that happens around here. But I know if you live in the Chicagos, New Yorks of the world, you probably see it in about every single store. It's just got so much more population, of course, around you. But these are all check out. These are all good. No issues there. But, you know, grandmas out there, they could be figure swapped on. Oh, it'll be tough time for grandmas. Tough time for grandmas this holiday season. That's what I'm saying. I'm calling it now. Toughest year for the holidays for grandmas, 2022. Mark it down. But of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And this is the Renew Your Vows 2-pack, and Kyle doesn't know anything about the Renew Your Vows. It almost is one of those things that probably writes itself. I could just imagine that I'm sure Spider-Man, and I believe I do know this is from like a different timeline or alternate universe, something like that. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Spinneret, Mary Jane, of course, she got superpowers somewhere along the way. Maybe Spider-Man gave them to her. Who knows? But they have powers, and of course, they were probably going to get married, renewing their vows, of course, and it went south in a hurry. Some villain came, let's just call it Dr. Octopus. He came in, ruined the party. They had to fight him off, clean up everything. Then they went back and renewed their vows and got that done. I'm guessing that's how the story went. That's how it's going in my mind, at least. But an interesting 2-pack. Cool to get Mary Jane in this version. We've never got this. Spider-Man, a dime a dozen, really, at this point. We've had so many versions of Spider-Man. We'll see how he compares to the retro carded Spider-Man, which I do have here at the table, along with Mary Jane from the retro wave as well. So let's take a look at the packaging here. Plastic-free packaging, like I said, so you kind of know what you're getting here, but you kind of don't. You could have false advertising. It'll be interesting how many figures over the years, hey, it doesn't look like anything on the package. I hope that is not the case. But it's time to renew our vows. Maybe my wife and I will renew our vows. Maybe she'll come down here and we'll just do it here on YouTube. We'll do a live stream where we renew our vows. It'd be great. It'd be a great time. Because our first wedding was at the courthouse. We just said, hey, let's just go down to the courthouse. Let's just get married. We just did it on a whim. And we'd been together like 10 years anyways. I said, Kyle's not getting married till he turns 30. So, you know, we waited 7 years. And once it became 30, it was time to get married. And that's what we did. True story. True story. Side of the package, Spider-Man, Spinneret, looking good. And a little bit more comic action on the side. So I like that. There's the comic looks to them. And then you got the figure looks to them. I think that is pretty cool. And on the back of the package, I do like the call out for the accessories so you know what you're getting. UPCs, warnings, all that kind of stuff down below and on the bottom. But it's just not quite the same. I guess I like the blurb. Are the blurbs going away for good? We have no blurbage here. We have nothing. Just says Spider-Man, Marvel, Spinneret. Man, for somebody like me, and I gotta think there's a lot of people that don't know this story, a little paragraph blurb never hurt anybody. We can all read. We can do it. Or grandmas, parents, they can read to their kids at least. So that is something that I'm a little sad to not see here. I'd like to hear a little bit more of the story, but not in the cards here. So let's get them out of the box. Let's see what's going on. Oh, we get the little warning, Spider-Man style, very fitting. Bam! See you later. Goodbye. Let's get down to it. We got the cardboard prison. I'm going to have to pour one out and put a couple of tears because we all remember the plastic prison. It was a favorite. We would always talk about it. We'd show the plastic prison. See you later. We're going to show that at the door. But we used to show the plastic prison. It was such a great time in the channel's history. Now we just show this. We show the cardboard bagged prison. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. I understand the reasonings. I understand what's going on. Doesn't mean I gotta like it, but I'm sure most people are in the same boat. We're not big fans of this, but it is what it is. You can't stop progress, a wise man once said. Cardboard prison, see you later. Goodbye. And then you get baggies of parchment paper throughout, and it is what it is. Once again, Spider-Man style, bam, see you later. Spider-Man style, bam, see you later. And then you got old Spinneret Mary Jane locked up in the parchment paper. I don't know, guys. It's just not the same. It's always fun unboxing your toys, but this is gonna take some time to get used to. Bam, see you later. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. That's all I can say. Ooh, I do like that Spider-Man so far. Bam, see you later. There it goes. All right, let's start accessories first here. Ooh, let me straighten her legs up. I am happy to report I did get the figures. No figures were swapped here. Nothing like that going on. So we're going to start with Mary Jane because, hey, ladies first, you know, you got to do that. So we get all kinds of extra hands here. So she does have the old Spider-Man Jimmy Snuka hands on her, and she does have a fist, so she's ready to throw down at the wedding if need be. Then we have the opposite versions there, so you got the fist and that hand as well. And then we got two web crawling hands, I guess. So we got those two, so she can pounce around if need be. So I'm okay with that. I like those hands. I like choosing my own hand adventure anytime. That's a good one. Then you get Spinneret, and you get the Mary Jane head here. So very, very cool. Two heads. Pick your poison. Got to report. All the colors look good. The lines look really good. There's something always special about a white figure. White and black we see the most, but this is white and red. And I got to say, fabulous job by the Hasbro team. I don't have any bleed over. I don't have any paint mess ups, any scruffs, scratches, anything like that. So they just killed it on this figure as far as paint applications go. You do got the Spinneret head. It's kind of like an open mask with Spider-Man eyes, I guess, for lack of a better term, and knowledge on my part because I've never done or read anything with this comic, as you guys know. She does have her hair in the bun, a nice red hue to it. All red everything. She's like a young Eva Marie here with all the red in the costume and then the red in the hair. But it does look good. This is the newer Spider-Man, or I should say Marvel Legends female body mold here. We do got the double-jointed elbows. Pinless elbows as well. Pinless double-jointed elbows. You guys know that makes me excited. Shoulders up, down, all around. Bicep cut. The elbows we talked about. Hands removable side to side, back and forth. Head removable side to side, back and forth. Got the hula hoop at the waist. All kinds of hula hoops. She can have a dance party if she needed to. No waist articulation here. You do get pretty good splits. Thigh cut. Double jointed pinless knees. Man, sign me up all day long. You guys know I love that. And then you get ankle rockers side to side, back and forth. And she even has these little like cuff links down here on her feet. And those are, I was going to say removable, but you really can't remove the feet. But they are free flowing there. She does got a little bit of a, oh no, it was just off-centered. I thought she had a kind of a wonky ankle, but it's all good. It's straightened out. A very good figure that feels really good in hand. I believe this is the same body mold we got with Shriek. Was that the first time? Is it the Shriek body mold these days that we're calling it? But it definitely looks good. The webbing looks good. The white looks good. Better than expected, guys. Better than expected. I don't know if it warrants the price point quite yet. Anytime there's price increases, you got sticker shock for a while until you, sadly, just get used to it and you accept it. So that's kind of where we're at with this $53.99 price point pack. That's a little rough, as we all know. But I'm going to swap the heads over here, see what all the fuss is about. Interesting look. I don't know if this looks as good. I think I'll probably use the other head, but it definitely is Mary Jane. I guess I would assume this is Mary Jane if I saw this head, especially on a body like this. You got the red, you got the red hair going on throughout. Just kind of, not braids, but her hair tight down here, and then you got it long in the back. Maybe it's a look I should adopt. We'll see. I might dabble into that. Let's see if she does fit on a ringside collectible stand. As I always say, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. You got to get the WWE stands. Uh-oh. She is not going to fit because the female bodies, I believe, or the female legs too short for the peg hole. So she is not going to fit on the ringside stand. Pour one out for the ringside stand. But let's compare her against Mary Jane. Of course, this was the Gwen Stacy retro figure. Came with a Mary Jane head and a Gwen Stacy head. Pretty cool, if you ask me. Theoretically, I guess you could turn her into Spider-Gwen if you wanted to as well. Use that head. But it seems to be the same hairdo. It is the same hairdo. Yep, it is. But boy, this is a much darker wash on this one. Much brighter on this. We'll do some head swaps for the video. Why wouldn't we? Why wouldn't we try that out and see what it looks like? You can really pick your own poison. Choose the head you want. But definitely different faces. This is more of a gloss to it, where this is a much more animated. I don't know. It's almost like they tried to go for real. This almost feels like MCU, where this feels like animated style, which I guess, yeah, it is what it is. But both good, both good. A good figure, much better than expected. I didn't have really any hopes of any kind for this. I'm happy to report it is a good figure after all is said and done. Now we turn our attention to the main event. Maybe not main event, I don't know. It depends who you ask. But Spider-Man, of course, no stranger to any toy line from Marvel over the years, including Marvel Legends. But we do get accessories with him, much like Spinneret. We get all the hands we could ever want. He does have the I love you brother Jimmy Snuka hands. He does got the fist. And then we got the matching on the other side here. And then he's got the web crawling hands. So once again, they're really marrying up in more ways than one here with the hands. Choose your own hand adventure. Match them if you want to. Do what you got to do. Then we do get a Peter Parker head we'll dive into in a second. But holy cow, I like this one. And I felt it once I got it out of the parchment paper. Just slipping him out, I felt like I liked this one a whole lot. And I do. And you know what I like about this? Oh my gosh, it gets better. What I really like about this Spider-Man is how he feels a little beefier. As a lot of the Spider-Man figures we've gotten over the years, all the way back to the Toy Biz days, but especially Marvel Legends, they feel too skinny. They feel just kind of lanky and skinny. Spider-Man's got a little bit of beef to him here. I really like that. I feel that he feels a little bit bigger. Doesn't feel just like a little cruiserweight. Not quite a heavyweight, somewhere in between, and I feel this is good. They beefed him up, and this feels really good in hand. This feels much better than some of the other ones we've had that everybody was raving about, like the retro one. I still like this figure, but I love how this feels in the hand better. It just feels better in your hand. You have to feel them both, I guess, to understand it. But we'll compare him a little bit more. But let's break this one down. Let's break down the articulation on this Spider-Man. Of course, the head moves up and down all around. A lot of head movement in this guy. Even a peg. Holy cow. So he's got the ball jointed peg, and we got a little cut in the back of the neck to give him even more articulation. Even more head articulation. That's pretty cool right there. Then, of course, look at this. Butterfly shoulders on him. Very Ultimate-esque, but you do get the butterfly shoulders that do look really good. And I like that they don't really stand out. We talk about the WWE Ultimate Editions all the time. The butterflies looking a little bit suspect from time to time. We don't get that here. It blends together very nicely. You do get the spider on his back, of course, and the spider on the front. One is a little bit blacker, more akin to a spider. This always, to me, whenever I see this type of Spider-Man logo, always reminds me of a tick. A tick that would be on my dog or something. But it is big on his back there. We continue on the articulation, the arms, shoulders, up, down, all around like we're accustomed to. Of course, back and forth. Bicep cut. Double jointed, pinless elbows. Gotta love that as well. Wrist movement, side to side. Hands removable, of course, as we know. Head removable, of course, we know. Big time hula hooping at the side. Tons and tons of room, just like Spinneret. A lot of movement there. And then you do get an ab crunch for even more articulation here. So you can get him into all kinds of crazy positions, just up to your own imagination pretty much at this point. So that is really nice if you're a big Spider-Man fan. And then big time splits going on. Thigh cut, double jointed, pinless knees. Oh, they're playing all the hits here today, guys. I absolutely love that. Then you get the boot cut, and then you get the ankle articulation side to side. And then one I didn't notice right off the bat, but boy, it did blow me away. We got that McFarlane toe articulation, McFarlane style. We got that for Spider-Man, which is just giving us all the articulation you could ever need with the Spider-Man figure. Pretty cool here. Now, does he fit on a ringside collectible stand? That's the million-dollar question, and he does fit. So if you need the stand for Spider-Man, ringside collectibles, use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Beautiful for this Spider-Man figure. Man, quite the figure. You compare it to this guy right here. I really like the retro Spider-Man figure. I was a big fan of this. I still am. But man, he's having a second place. He's moving off to the side now. We got a lot more Spider-Man coming that are similar to this with the 60th anniversary, of course. But to me, this is my favorite Spider-Man for Marvel Legends now. I gotta say it. This is my favorite one. This is going to be my go-to for now. So that is a pretty cool thing. That's something I did not expect out of this pack for sure. We do get a little Peter Parker head action here. And once again, this is the same Peter Parker that we got in the retro line, just colored a little bit differently. But all day long, I'm using this as a Spider-Man head. This is going to go in the fodder pile, in the bag pile, because this is too good of a Spider-Man figure to waste on a Peter Parker head. Not going to do it. Not going to do it. Man, sold me. I can't believe it. I'm over the moon with this. This feels amazing in hand. Was not expecting it. I wasn't expecting this to be as great as it was either. So this is a fabulous pack. Is it $53 worthy? You got to ask yourself that. But boy, this is very nice. I think if we had plastic back in our packaging. If the price point was the old price point, I think people would be screaming from the rooftops about this pack. But I think some of that stuff, some of the changes with the go-to-market strategy with Hasbro is taking people having a step back on this. I do think it'll sell okay, but my gut does tell me with this price point, we'll see some sales. We'll see some clearance on this one. Got to get the deal all day long. But man, I recommend this one. So if that means anything, I'm here for this. I like this set a whole lot more than I thought I would. Tons of hands, tons of accessories as far as extra heads, and great mobility out of these two figures. Slam dunk all day long. But what say you guys out there in YouTube land? You picked this up yet? You passing? Playing the long game? Let me know in the comments your thoughts. But I tell you, I'm blown away by these two. I think they are fabulous figures. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, like this video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day, as you guys know by now. And of course, you can get access to videos like this much, much earlier and support the channel by being a Patreon member. There's exclusive content, bonus content, early content, giveaways every single month, a whole lot going on over the Patreon. And like I said, best way to support the channel. You can also support the channel at ProWrestlingTees.com. Search Kyle Peterson. And don't forget to hit me up on social media, SirPaul64 on Twitter, Instagram, _Kyle_Peterson. So for Spinneret and Spider-Man and weddings everywhere, I am Kyle. And I'll see you guys all real soon.